epiphanies too. There's no water in the sea. Anytime my heart grieves for us. The night babbles, I keep awake listening. Sands on the shore smile at me. I am the lower side of a scale, the broken half of a stem.
So that is Jumoke Verissimo, and we'll be talking to her about poetry and poems and writing. Thank you for having us, Jumoke. It's really nice being here with you this afternoon.
Thank you, it's a pleasure.
It's a poetry. You're the, would maestro be the appropriate term for the female of poetry, Nigerian poetry and the scene, and even beyond. So why do you choose to write poetry? Why do you write?
Well, first, the maestro is a big word, and then the other word thing is that I typically feel that poetry is, you find out that certain things happen to you and it becomes a big deal.
Okay.
Poetry is something that I enjoy to do. I do other forms of writing, but it's something that I enjoy to do. And it captures the essence of several things for me. It is my way of understanding the world and how it works. Just typically, it's a set of questions being answered and maybe never answered. That's the way poetry works for me. So yeah, that's why I get really uncomfortable when I'm paid what's the word now? Accolades.
Okay.
I'm giving accolades for something that I typically, people are giving accolades for trying to understand the world. Isn't that what we all try to do?
That's true. And you've won several accolades and several awards. What do you think the role of awards is in writing? I mean, for you, you said this is something you do anyway. Do you think it really matters, these awards are really necessary, or it's just something extra that comes along? What do you think about these awards that come along?
I have won several awards, quite alright, but I do not think that awards typify the essence or the reason for the poetry being done. They are valuable, and it's just a way of making one feel that you are being, it's a honor. It's the honor that you are given for doing what you love to do. But much more than that, I think the greatest award is being read.
So your first book, Our Memory, was published around 2007, 2008? 2008, okay. And then The Birth of Illusion, 2015. So we have 7 years in the interim there. So can we catch up with Jumoke during these years? Was it still poetry through these years? What growth was happening in this interval?
Well, I think I've grown, but this growth itself is not. It's not. The growth wasn't physical in the sense that it's not the kind of growth that you would recognize in the sense of growing from childhood to adulthood. But there was that mental growth in itself. And 7 years is really not a long time if we look at it.
In a way.
Because 7 years, a lot could have happened. I know one of my mentors told me that it would be really good to have at least two collections published, a collection of poetry published at least every 2 years. And believe me, it's something we all desire, but there are several factors that make these things impossible. Looking back, those 7 years, there were too many things at stake. Because I write poetry, but I also collaborate with others to do some other things.
Okay.
So perhaps in the course of trying to function in other capacities, I discovered that I didn't publish a poem, or the world discovered that I didn't publish a poem, but I was writing, which is important.